of his own, and he'll be itching to get more today. And then there's definitely the battle with the ball in hand. Nepal's skipper, Bipin Prasad Sharma, has been leading by example. He's already backed 16 wickets in this tournament. But Singapore's Yuvan Pandey is just behind him with 14 scalps, and both will be key in deciding which team lifts the trophy. This is definitely going to be more than a final, and this is a clash of equals, a battle of nerves, talent, and sheer determination. The boys have fought hard to get here, and now it will all come to this one day. So buckle up and stay with us, because right now I'll be taking you to the center. Shahidur is waiting to have the toss. So handing over to you, Shahidur.
At the UK Oval for the big match. So it's 11 days and 22 matches, and now we have the top two teams. So the final will be between Nepal and Singapore. So I'm here for the all-important toss, and I have both the captains with me, Bipin from Nepal and Rian from Singapore, alongside our match referee, Mr. Rakesh. So we'll head in straight to the toss.
Heads.
Heads.
Impact.
Singapore won.
And heads it is. Rian,
Yes, sir.
so your decision and why?
We're going to be batting first. Again, we've played, I think it's our third game on this wicket, and so far it's been a really good wicket to bat on, so we're just going to stick with the same plan.
So big game, excited to play this.
Definitely, Nepal's again a very strong team, so we're excited to put up a challenge today. Yeah.
And what sort of a total are you looking for?
Around 200, because again, it's really good batting wicket, and we've got the bowlers to defend it as well, so yeah, that's the plan.
And any changes in your 11?
We're sticking with the same 11.
All right. Good luck for the game.
Good luck, buddy.
So Vipin, happy to bowl on first?
Yes, definitely, we're planning to bowl first.
So you'll be a happy captain. So unbeaten run for you, a wonderful job done. You came in as the defending champions, and now you're here in the final once again. What do you feel about this?
It's pretty good. I mean, we're the defending champion and we want to defend the title once again.
Okay, and any changes in your 11 for today?
Yes, one change. The left armer goes out and another left armer goes in.
Good luck for the game. Thank you. So the news from out here, Singapore won the toss and they will be batting first.
Thank you, Shadud, for that lovely presentation. And there you have it then. Singapore have won the toss and they have elected to bat first in this grand finale. A bold but a very smart call, and you can understand why. They have got the firepower up the top, and they'll want to put runs on the board and put pressure on Nepal in a finale where nerves can surely play a role. Leading their charge will be none other than Ahan. Ahan Vutandam has been the second highest run scorer in this tournament with 242 runs to his name. He's been very cool, he's been classy, but he's been composed. He's been a rock at the top of the order for Singapore. And alongside him, the ever reliable captain of Singapore, Rian Naik, already with 222 runs in the bank, has been in sublime touch and will be the anchor through the innings. But let's make no mistake here, this will not be easy. Nepal's bowling unit have been nothing short of exceptional, especially with their spinners through the middle order. But today, the spotlight shifts to their pace attack because the new ball will be very crucial here. If Nepal's fast bowlers can strike early and rattle the top, they will expose the middle order before they settle in, and then they can fancy their chances for a big time. Nepal with the bat in hand has been absolutely clinical. We've seen what they can do. This is a team that can chase down anything or set mountain whenever it was required. So with that, definitely the stage is set. The fielders are taking position, and we can definitely hear the crowd is absolutely buzzing out there. And the first ball of this grand finale is just what we're waiting for. So it's going to be a very good contest between bat and ball. That's we can safely assume from the right beginning of this game. And once again, we're seeing a similar sort of start. It will be the pacer to start things off for Nepal with the new ball in hand. There will be that shine of the new ball, and the bit of breeze can really help it swing in the air. He will be looking to make it count right from the word go. Early wickets is the key for Nepal here. Get one of Ahan, and perhaps Rian will be out there. And if they can pick his wicket as well, suddenly the pressure will shift hard on to Singapore. And we can expect that the ball will do something from the good length area, perhaps pitching it outside the off stump, and maybe he can just test the batter's technique. And with a hint of swing, they can definitely start attacking with the fielders closing in. So let's see if we have a few good deliveries up top, because we definitely know that Singapore have been absolutely classy when it comes to these two openers, Rohan and Ahan. The similar sort of names have played in similar sort of fashion. They have really put on a good show so far, and this is the stage that they really need to carry it on. Let's see, we're still waiting for the umpire to signal play. And with that, the first ball seems like it's coming in. Abhay with new ball for Nepal, and that is just taking guard, and it is the nerves that is talking, definitely, we can say. And here we go, umpire signals play with Abhay taking the first ball. And a solid start from Nepal there. Just attacking that off stump, just as we spoke before. And if that ball starts doing something in the air and off the pitch, it will be tough going for Ahan. The seamers haven't really delivered when it comes to the bowling of Nepal. They haven't picked up wickets as often as the captain, Bipin Prasad Sharma, would have wanted them to. So this will be a challenge for them right up top with the new ball in hand. And today we are seeing that the right arm seamer has started things off for Nepal. Wideish delivery, and umpire rightly signals. That's the start of the runs then for Singapore with the extra. That is definitely something that Nepal will keep in their mind, because you can't really offer too many runs in terms of extras in a situation such as the final. Fuller delivery this time in the end. That is the first wicket already. Would you believe it? In this final, Ahan has already departed, and that too for a duck. So the seamer that we were hoping to strike early has already delivered for Nepal, and right from the word go, Nepal is already in a position of dominance. Let's have a look at that one. Not the best of delivery, we have to say, a low full toss, but just guiding that away straight to the cover fielder. And it's none other than Bipin Prasad Sharma who takes a stunner. What a moment in this game. The big wicket of Ahan has fallen, and looks like Singapore will be in a spot of bother early on. That is going to be a huge blow for Singapore. The in-form opener, the second highest run scorer in the tournament, has really gifted his wicket with a soft dismissal. And he will definitely be very upset with himself. It was a full toss, and he could have absolutely played that anywhere. But the catch was taken very well by the skipper himself, Bipin Prasad Sharma. Is absolutely safe as ever at cover, and no mistakes there. So in spite of Abhay Yadav not really persisting with the best of control out here, he's already picked up the prize wicket, and Singapore are one down. The pressure is truly on. This is what can happen when it comes to the final. Sometimes you're a bit nervy at the top, and you can lose your wicket in the process if you're not confident enough. Pranat Ehsan has joined Rohan, and this needs to be a good partnership if Singapore has to make a comeback. Another extra, once again in a similar sort of fashion, that was pitched far on the offside, and umpire has no hesitation to declare that a wide. We can see that the skipper is really motivating his fast bowler. This is exactly what Nepal needed. They know that they're doing a very good job with the spinners out there in the middle overs. And so far, we're just waiting. We were waiting for the faster bowlers to come into play. Let's have a look at how he continues from here on. So far, only the extras are keeping the scoreboard ticking for Singapore. And with that, I'm happy to welcome Shaidur into the com box with me. Welcome, Shaidur. Yes, well made. The point was absolutely valid. But I want to mention that yes, they've definitely lost Ahan early, but this is a final, and you can't let the pressure suffocate your intent. We know that the likes of Rian Naik is still out there, and he's been one of the most fluent batters in this tournament with just above 200 runs up his rank. So definitely the new batter Pranath needs to settle in early, and they'll be looking to build a partnership from here on because so far nothing have really come on from the bat. We've had 3 runs on the board and all 3 came as extras. So let's see how they settle in because that is what is required. They need a partnership here. Yeah, so far, one thing that really stands out already is the fact that Nepal's fast bowlers, who had been under a little bit of pressure throughout the tournament, seem to have really turned on a corner here. Coming out into this final, pace wasn't exactly their strongest suit. It was the spinners who usually turn the screws for them. But today, Abhay, with his new ball partner, Sushil, have really started with a clear plan in their mind. They have used the angles well, and so far the batters have committed the mistake. Let's see. Rohan, on the other hand, is a very aggressive player. We know that. And he'll be trying to score off any opportunity that is presented. As we can see on that last one, that was deviating down the leg side, and he was up and ready to just flick it off his legs. So Rohan needs to bat a long innings here. And let's see if this different level of discipline and energy from the Nepal's pacers can really show some more pressure on Singapore early on this innings. Yes, and while the cricket on the field has been top class, full credit must go to the Asian Cricket Council, the ACC, for their vision and their commitment to the development of the game at the grassroots level. We see that organizing a tournament of this scale for under 16 players with this level of professionalism is definitely not a small task. But they've done it absolutely brilliantly, giving these young talents a platform to shine and to feel the nerves, the crowd, the pressure of international cricket as well. And as we say, that is a very good looking drive, but we can see that they have been electric in the field so far. So at this moment, we can safely assume that Nepal has momentum with them. Yes, now that on the other end, the left hand seamer Sushil, he's been a touch nervy so far. Already, he's just bowled that five wides in this over, and not quite the start he would have hoped for. In a final like this, discipline is really everything, especially with the kind of pressure Abhay has created from the other end. The wicket was generated early on, and so far it was tight bowling. But they really need to capitalize here. He's already given away 9 runs, so expensive from the other end from Sushil Badu so far. And it looks like he isn't really learning. He's pitched the deliveries quite a bit far on the leg side too often for our liking, and that's really not helping the cause of Nepal. He definitely has some pace. He's bowling with a lot of carry, but he needs to just maintain the line and length. And that's been the story for Sushil Bahadur rather so far in this tournament. It's the line and length that he has struggled with, and so far he hasn't really produced the breakthroughs quite often for Nepal with the new ball in hand. Yes, and that's been the story. So far, even Abhay Yadav has given away the runs in his column from wides. Those were three of them. And on the other hand, we have definitely seen Sushil Bahadur, who's given away seven. So, too many extras to start things off. And that's been the story from the faster bowlers of Nepal. We've been worried about how they go on. And in spite of the wicket that they have taken of Ahan Bhuthandam, so far, they haven't really looked like quite threatening. It is just that the nerves from Singapore would have just resulted that wicket because that drive could have really gone anywhere. So we definitely have to say at this stage that the faster bowlers are really struggling for rhythm, and the run rate really explains it. It's well over six, and they need to come back quite strongly here. They need to bowl on the off stump, perhaps ask the batter a few more questions, maybe bring in a slip fielder and attack by having a close in short mid wicket or a catching cover. Because once you allow someone like Rohan to settle in, he can really go after the bowling, and that's not something that they will want. We know that the UK Oval can start benefiting the spinners, and that's why it is this spell from the two opening seamers of Nepal which becomes much more crucial. Yes, and I do get an impression that they're bowling quite quickly. They have that extra bit of pace, both of them really, Abhay as well as Sushil. They're bowling with a lot of pace and they're getting good carry of this pitch. So now that they have to capitalize on this early momentum, they have to tighten their line and length a bit more. The new ball is doing just enough, and there's definitely some shape, some bounce, and the pitch is offering some assistance. So bowling in the right areas definitely becomes the key. And occasionally, we haven't seen them mix it up either. Maybe a short ball can really unsettle this batter, or maybe they can just have that change of pace. They really have to do something different to pick up another wicket here because otherwise, the runs have been flowing for Singapore. Yes, what they can definitely do is they can break this innings into smaller phases. Maybe they can look at phases in the break of 5 overs, and every 5 overs they can give themselves a target which they can then go about. Because we have often heard that if you think of batting the full 50 overs, you can sometimes bring in a lot of pressure onto yourselves, and that's not really something they would want at this stage. So maybe they can have a look at how they want to go about their batting power play, which is the first 10 overs, and perhaps they'll want to be happy with a score of at about 50 if they don't lose a wicket, that is. And from there on, they can build the innings further. So the thing that is crucial for Singapore at this stage is definitely wickets in hand. Yes, I'm absolutely delighted with that decision. We have seen that over the course of the tournament, the two fast bowlers have not really delivered for Nepal. We saw once again repetition of that. Sushil Badu was very expensive. His first over went for 11 runs. And we know that Bipin, the captain, is actually the highest wicket taker in this tournament. So it is a very smart move by him to just bring in himself. The Pacers were leaking a lot of runs, especially by extras, and this is a very calm and calculated decision to back in some sort of control in this innings. And we know that the pitch here at UCAM Oval has that extra bit of grip, and maybe if he can manage to pick up that one wicket, he can bring his side right in control. Yes, definitely. And that will be that slight flaw in the technique of someone like Pranab that he can exploit on, because he's batting a little bit tentatively. So perhaps he can just bowl that arm ball and bring it into the right hander just that enough. He can just break through the defenses and maybe castle him. We'll have to wait and watch for that. But on occasions, we can expect him to toss it up as well, because we've seen that sometimes when the batters are looking to play it aerial, they haven't been able to get the gap. On that last occasion, we saw just the demonstration of the arm ball that we were talking about. So definitely, yes, Bipin Prasad is trying to mix it up nicely, and a wicket here will really open the floodgates for Nepal. Let's see how he goes. Yes, definitely. Good mention and excellent comparison for Bipin Prasad Sharma. But on the other hand, we are seeing Abhay Yadav actually come back quite nicely into bowling his third. And so far, we're seeing that he's happy to bring the ball into the right hander. That is an excellent delivery, almost getting that outside edge. Nevertheless, he's asking the right questions here and he has bowled well. He's bowling within himself and he has that extra bit of pace to just help him carry those to the keeper quite nicely. As on the replay, we can see that it just somehow missed the top of the middle stump on that last occasion. Yes, and I'll be very interested if he just decides to go short at the batter, because he doesn't look quite settled in yet. Just 2 of 12 deliveries that he has faced. So maybe with someone at the deep square leg position, he can just decide to go in short and just test how good his pull shot is. So far, he's happy to just bowl fuller. And look at that, what a throw this is. So the intention of Abhay Yadav is there. He's alert and he's looking to pick up a wicket from somewhere. Yes, it's definitely been a difficult outing for Singapore. After winning the toss, they had decided